I don't know if people are becoming more insane or I'm just more alert and more prone to speaking up. But literally, like the last 5 times, I have had to intervene with some psycho harassing a woman. And it's going to be a great loss to women everywhere when I stop riding the trains, because it seems like I'm the only man on earth that ever says anything. I've been like literally 5 incidents in recent memory where I've been the only dude to speak up. And look, to be fair to other men, I'm 6'8". All right, so as a giant man, it's my fucking duty. But that's bullshit. If you're a man and you see a man harassing a woman or a child, you gotta say something. Like it's your duty. You must do it. All right. If you see this shit happening and you don't say anything, you're a coward and a pussy, and you're not a good man. You're just a bystander. You let life happen to you. You are, a leaf in the wind. You're nothing. You got to say something. So I'm on the train, and dude, I was going towards the city. I was in Bentley, which is like a really nice Jewish area, right? Rich, like real wealthy area. I'm in Bentley on the train station. My train gets cancelled. I'm sitting there for 20 minutes. There's one guy on the other platform, of course, going to Frankston, right? That looks like the most offensive caricature of a homeless person you've ever seen. Like if he was a character in a movie, people would be like, that's offensive to the unhoused. Like the guy was like full on manic screaming by himself on the end of the platform. Like I was there for 20 minutes, literally for 15 minutes. He's sitting there by himself, no one in sight, going, yeah, like literally doing those ones, just screaming. It was so loud and was happening so much, and he was so far away that I was looking around for the first 7 minutes trying to figure out where the fuck is that noise coming from. Because on the Frankston line, a lot of them are those new and improved modern underground train stations, which look really great on a fucking spreadsheet, but every woman sees those in real life and goes, oh, that's a death trap. Underground, soundproof, no witnesses, that's where I die. That's where I get killed by unhinged people. You know, classic government being like, oh, we're going to make level crossings disappear because they're really unsafe, and we're going to replace them with death traps for women. We're gonna put these underground, and we're gonna just basically create an environment where mentally unhinged psychopaths can do whatever the fuck they want to anyone, and there'll be no witnesses, and there's no help within earshot. And, by the way, you know those public service officers? Yeah, we're getting rid of them. I haven't seen a PSO for fucking months now. Right? So, anyway, exactly the situation I'm describing is happening. Dude by himself just screaming. I finally pinpoint his location. I'm like, okay, that guy. And, you know, I'm keeping an eye on him because I'm a fucking superhero. And Frankston train's coming soon. My train's going to come after that. My side of the platform packed, right? Lots of dudes, lots of women. His side of the platform, it's just him all the way down the end, and then all the way on the other end, closer to me, one young girl, one young boy, maybe 17, maybe 18, right? So he gets a pass for doing nothing because he could have been a kid. It's school holidays, right? Anyway, I'm keeping an eye on this bloke because I know what they're like. And sure enough, my prejudices were confirmed. Guy just starts making, as soon as the train starts pulling up, he sees the train, right, his escape route, and he starts making a beeline for this girl who's sitting on the bench by herself. I see this, and I stand up because I'm like, I think I know what this person's going to do. He gets up, train's pulling up off in the distance. He gets up, she's sitting on the bench, she doesn't see him, right? She's trying to ignore him. He's got headphones on and shit. He gets right in her face. Everyone on my side of the platform's watching this. Guy on their side of the platform's watching this. Gets right in her face. As soon as I see him approaching her, I'm like, fuck, do I run up over there? Like up, because it's one of the things where like, let's say he does something. I'd have to run up the stairs, walk towards him, go back down the stairs, like no shot, right? So I'm thinking, all right, if this guy does something, I'm going to jump over the tracks, right? But he's walking towards her and he gets right in her face. And as soon as he gets in her face, I scared the shit out of everyone around me. It's like 2 p.m. during the day. I'm in like Bentley. So it's just like well-to-do Jewish ladies and shit just around. And then this guy gets in this girl's face. And as soon as he gets in her face, I'm on the other side of the platform and I just go, "Oi, cunt! You fucking leave her alone!" Like way louder than that. You know, speaking his language. And I hit him with, "Oi, cunt!" I scare the fuck out of everyone on my side of the platform who's trying their best to ignore this guy. He turns around and looks at me and I go, "You get the fuck away from her." And then he comes towards me a little bit and I point at the guy. I go, "Get off the platform." And I scared the fuck out of her too. She leaves the platform, and then the train's pulling up. So I'm like trying to I'm like going, "You fucking get away! Shut the fuck!" And then he is like, it's like literally, he starts walking away from the girl, and I start walking in his direction, like, but I'm on the other side of the platform, you know, and the train's coming, so there's no way there's going to be any altercation. I'm just trying to be like, "Come on the tracks, mate." Jump in front of the train. And fuck, it'd be funny if someone filmed this. I wouldn't be surprised. But then he starts making fucking bow and arrow. Like, the guy was nuts. He starts doing bow and arrow shit at me. And I'm going, "Yeah, fuck you, mate. You leave women alone." And he's shooting me with schizophrenic arrows. I'm dodging him, you know. I'm like, "You can't fucking get me." I was up there like Neo, fucking. And then he just gets on the train, and God knows what the fuck happened when he was in an enclosed carriage with all these people. And it made me so fucking out. Like, I was shaking. I was so angry. The girl didn't come back. I thought I actually really regretted. I probably should have run up and checked on her. I think she was totally fine. He didn't touch her. But she seemed like fucking max 19 years old. Probably more like 16, 18. Right, so young girl. She's left the platform. I presumably get an Uber. I'm fucking shaking with rage. One Indian lady goes, "Oh, thank you." And I just look at her and I scare the shit out of her because I'm so fucking... "You're welcome." I'm just like, you know what it's like when you get into I don't know what to do with this. I just have to go sit back down and just fucking, I'm going to breathe through it. And it made me so angry because that guy was crazy, right? He was fucking crazy. And he was insane. And he was screaming and blah, 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 and he was super crazy. And then he was so crazy that he involuntarily wandered up to the most vulnerable person, a young girl, got in her face to scare the shit out of her, touch her maybe, God knows what he was planning to do. And so he was a fucking lunatic. But as soon as I yelled at him, like the biggest bloke he's ever seen, as soon as I yelled at him, all of a sudden he's sane enough to stop. So he's crazy enough to be screaming, crazy enough to be fucking maybe hurting a young girl. But as soon as a man comes along and says something, he's now sane enough to fucking stop. Crazy how all these insane people are only crazy around people that they are like able to hurt or intimidate. It just, I don't know, it just makes me fucking, it makes me so angry seeing that shit. And it's so disappointing that, I don't know, I'm always the only one. Every time, I'm always the only one. And the times that I've done it, I've always been like quite a distance away. It's never happened right in front of me. There's always been other people much closer and in a much better position to do something. You know, I'm on the other side of the platform. This case was a little bit different because there was like the only other guy on the platform was like maybe a kid as well. Right, so probably would have scared him too. But there are a bunch of blokes on my side of the platform that just fucking were content to ignore it. And I guess what I'm saying is like the bystander effect is very real, but once you are aware of that, you just gotta have it in your head, fellas. Like you will be the one to say something. Like that's a promise that I made myself a long time ago when something awful happened to someone that I love. I will be this one to say something. Because it's literally it's scientifically likely, like almost a 99% chance guarantee that nobody else will, which is why you have to. When you see this type of stuff, when you see this type of behavior, you know, nutters intimidating women and children in public, in private, you got to say something. You, the one person listening to this, it is, as a man, it is your duty to stand up and speak out against unacceptable behavior when it comes into your orbit. And when you understand that it's actually your responsibility to do that, you will realize that it is in a lot of places, and it's not, you know, that rare. I think it's really easy to think, oh, you know, it doesn't happen around me, but once you acknowledge that it's your responsibility to not only speak out when this shit happens, but kind of be aware of it in public, like you got to be street smart, you got to be aware of what's happening, especially when you're in public, on public transport, nights out. You'll start to see it a lot. Like you will see dudes talking to chicks that are way too fucking blackout drunk. You see it all the time. You will see people intimidating chicks. It doesn't happen every time I ride the train. Well, actually, recently it has been every time I've fucking caught the train. And you got to be safe about it because some of these people are dangerous. And your first response should almost never be violence. Like almost, I've never had to get violent. Ever, right? I've only ever had to say something in a confident, loud voice. And that's all it takes. Like these nutters just need to know that there is a man that is watching that isn't going to allow it. And that often diffuses the situation entirely. You don't even need to do it in an angry way. Obviously, I had to scream at that guy because who knows what he was doing and I was so far away. But if that were happening, say I'm on the bench with the girl, I'd be like, are you all right? To the guy, we're like, you all right, man? Often that is all you need. And it just makes them go, fuck, I'm being watched. And it's not dangerous. It's scary. It's always scary. When I do it, it never gets less scary. But it is essential. And I think there's like, with men, there's this belief that a lot of guys have that I used to believe as well when I was younger, which was, I'm not doing it, so I'm a good person. That's not how it works. You know, like I'm not committing the bad thing, so I'm a good man. No, that's not how it works. I'm trying to think of an analogy. What I'm saying is, a good man does good things, prevents bad things from happening, speaks out when bad things are in his presence. A good man is not an absence of evil acts. You know, of course you shouldn't do bad things, and you're not a bad person. If you don't do good things either, that doesn't make you an evil person. If you're not doing good shit, that doesn't make you a bad person. You're a bad person if you do bad things. But the absence of bad things doesn't make you a good person. It makes you a neutral man. And neutral men standing by when bad men do bad shit is why bad men are allowed to do stuff, and that's what gets people harmed a lot of the time. So a good man is not the absence of evil. It's actually the actions that you take. And a lot of people will be like, oh, why do I have to step in? Why can't women look after themselves? Well, because, have you seen a woman? They're small, and with great power comes great responsibility. I understand that as a fucking massive man, that comes with like a lot of privileges. Like I get to be the huge guy, and oh my God, and it's like an eye turner and a conversation starter, and some people find it wildly attractive, and it means that I can reach things from the top shelf and all these other amazing things, but it comes with a fuckload of responsibility. I could really, really hurt someone without trying. And it is my place and my responsibility to fucking stand against evil shit because I am a really intimidating figure. And that can be used for good or for evil. And you don't have to be a big person to intervene. You don't even need to be a man to intervene. Women can do it. Women do it. Chicks do it way more than men because they understand what it's like to be victimized by these fucking nutter psychos or just these people that are completely sane. They just have entitled beliefs or do bad shit. And that's really what I'm getting to is if you're a man, you can do something. And that's a responsibility that men have. And I'm not going to be out here demonizing people if they don't do stuff. If you're scared, that's okay. If you're too scared to do something, that's fine. But you just got to, you're scared. And it is scary. Absolutely. Every time I've done it, I'm a little bit scared. But I understand that it is my responsibility because no one else on that train is going to do it. No one else in that club is going to do it. No one else on that platform did it. And every single time I've done it, every other man has been completely silent. And every time that happens, it breaks my fucking heart because it's just really sad to see a room or a carriage or an area full of men who are content and okay, or maybe not okay with, but are just willing to sacrifice a woman or a child so that they don't have to say, don't do that because it's awkward or it's scary or it's intimidating or whatever. But that being said, I got to get my fucking license because I'm, I've done my time screaming at the crackies. I'll never stop when I see it, but fuck, it has been every time I've taken public transport recently. Are things getting worse? It seems that way. I don't know if things are getting worse or I'm more aware. It's probably both.